video, we will see what type of data structures are available in R and how do you define them in RStudio. The primary types of R data structures are atomic vectors, then you have lists, next you have matrix, and fourth you have data frames. So R provides two types of vectors. One is atomic vectors and the other one is list. These two comes under vectors. Difference between these two are that atomic vector can have elements all of same type, while the list can have elements of different types. Same way, matrix and data frames are used to store two-dimensional data, where matrix can have data of same types, while data frame can store data of different types. Atomic vectors are logical, integer, double and character. Let us see how to define them. So we'll start with atomic vector. So how to define atomic vector? To create atomic vectors in R, we use the R command C, and in round bracket you give whatever numbers you want to give. So let's see with an example. Say example, I want to create a vector A. I want to store few numbers in it, say 2, 3, 4, 7. These are the three numbers I want to store in this vector A. So here that C that small lowercase c, keep that in mind. That means we are combining these numbers and saving it in A, or it can also be considered as concatenation. We are joining them together. So once, this is how you save any vector. But now here remember, all the values that I have given are numbers. Say if you want to save a character, so I have to give in quotes, say example blue, then red. This is how I store any character values in a vector. So it should all be characters, or it should all be numbers, or it should all be logical values, or it should all be numeric values, decimal values. It can't store values of different types. So in case you want to save values like 2 and blue, like one is number, one is character, in that case we go for our second option, that is list. So list, if you want to save anything which has different values, so I will say C, to avoid confusion I will take a variable D equal to, now the keyword that we have to use is list. This is the keyword which will identify that it has to save these values in D and they can all be of different types. So I am giving 2, say red. So red being a character, I have to give it in double quotes. But 2 being number, I have given just like that. Now I'll show you one difference. Now here when I say A I have stored as vector, when I run this code and in next line if I call this vector and execute that, I am getting all these three answers in a row. Okay. Now one more thing, if I try to what I have made as D, So I'll be saying at capital B equal to, say if I, instead of list, if I give it as 2 comma in quotes red. How does vector understand? See, I have used a keyword C here, that means it is reading it as a atomic vector. So how it will read now? Since there is one number, one character, now if I run this and in next line, if I call this vector B, it is showing, it has changed that 2 also into character because it is showing this value over here with quotes. That means it has put double quotes there. So it has changed the values inside this round bracket into a character. So if one value is also character, it changes everything into a character value. Now, but I didn't wanted that. That's why we have second option of storing these values as list. So I have put D equal to list, same values. Now if I run this, what happens? You can see the difference. See how I have got the values. First, same value when I stored as atomic vectors, I got in same line and everything got converted into character. Now when I save the same thing with the keyword list in front of it, it has not showed me the data in one row, but it has showed like this. That means it has saved, it is taken the first value as first value. It is identifying it as a different objects. So 2 is one thing and red is in second, which is in quotes means it has taken red as character, and 2 is without quotes means it has read 2 as a number. So that is how you can store different data types into one variable using list. So these two were the data structures which were able to store one-dimensional data. Now let's see how to save two-dimensional data. So example first again is matrix, which will store same type of data, and data frames can have different types same as list. So let's see examples of how to define matrix. So matrix again, say example I want to define matrix A equal to, I have to use a keyword matrix in bracket. I have to give my vector. So I am giving C. As I told you, when I want to give so many numbers, I have to use C in front of it so that it is able to identify. Say example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have taken 6 numbers. I want them to be in 2 rows. So n row I have to give equal to 2, n column equal to, when there are 2 rows, so these 6 numbers means there will be 3 rows, 3 columns. Now if I run this code, what will happen? In next line I'll have to call the matrix A. So I will call that also and show you how it comes. How it has taken? It has placed these 6 numbers in 2 rows and 3 columns. But how has it read these numbers? You need to see that. It has started filling these numbers column wise. So first 2 numbers got saved in first column. The next 2 numbers got saved in second column and next 2 numbers in third column. So by default, if you give any sequence of numbers, any vector, and specify how many rows and columns you want, it start fitting them column wise. But say if you don't want column wise, you want it row wise, it has made that mistake. I wanted 1, 2 in first row, then 3, 4 in second row. In that case, I have to give by row over here equal to true. I have to give that. and then if I run this code and if I call this matrix A over here, now you can see how it has done. It has filled the first row first with the first three numbers, then it has filled the second row with the remaining three numbers. So this is how it does. So if you forget to give by row equal to true, it will take those numbers from your atomic vector and it will place them column wise. So be careful about that. So this way you can store a two-dimensional data of same type using matrix. The other way of saving the matrix is, say example, I want to say matrix B I want to make, but I have, say example, I have A1 is equals to C of, I have some vectors 1, 2, 3. Then I have B as my another vectors as 4, 5, 6, say example. So if these two B1, if these two vectors if I have, I want to combine them and make it into matrix, you can do that. There is another way. One way, I have to save these together and you use the first method. Second method you already have in different vectors. Now you want to put them together. So if there are two ways, there can be you want to put them as rows or you may want to put them as columns. So here I have to use R bind in this case. So R bind in bracket I can give A1 comma B1. And in next line I'll just call this matrix B. So now if I run these 4 lines, you can see it has put them as rows because I used R bind. When I use R bind, that means it will put them as rows. So it is putting these vectors A1 and B1 into rows. Now in case you don't want as as rows, you wanted them to be as columns, so you just make it C bind and then run these codes again. So see, now it has put them as columns. So this is another way of creating matrix. But remember, matrix can hold values of same type. Same way you can save characters, just you have to remember you have to put double quotes while entering any characters. Now second is data frame. So you can save any data frame which can hold different values, like if you want names of the students, then age of the students and gender of the student. So there are 3 things that I want to save. So I will take now the keyword to, so that the R will be able to understand it is a data frame, that it has to read each different types of data. You have to give data dot frame, not a data frame alone. Remember, this dot is very important and all are in lowercase. Data dot frame in quotes now, sorry, in brackets, give I want names. So I will give names is equal to, in again C I am giving in quotes A, comma in quotes say B is my second name, I made a mistake, I have quotes, and then I want again C. These are 3 names that I have saved. Then comma I want age, say example age of these students, C, like 23, then 21, say 22. These are the age of these 3 students. And say next I want gender, gender equal to C, say they are male M. So since I am using character, I have to put it in quotes. So M, then comma in quotes say F, comma then again say F. So these are my values. So now I have defined them. Now if I run this, you just see what happens. If I give it like this and if I run, how it has created. Can you see that? It has put them in proper tabular form over here with names as ABC, you can see, gender as whatever we have given and the gender age. So it has put them based on the different categories. So data frame is R is able to identify that this A is storing values with different types. Hope you all understood these concepts. If you have name separate, age separate and gender separate, you can use the same concept of R bind and C bind also in order to put them together. So here I am getting the names, age, gender as this way. If you want to transpose it, you can next line you can just go A, you can give T comma A small t, sorry, for transposing this and run, the whole thing will get changed. But when I did that, it has made everything into quotes. So that was the problem, because when it takes as transpose, it read it as matrix. Okay, so but you can use, to avoid that, that's why you can use R bind and C bind. So you can give name separately. Control C, say example, I am saving name separately, age separately, then you can give gender separately, and in next line you can give B1 equal to, I am giving some name, B1 equal to, I can use C bind in bracket. Now I can give names comma age comma gender and I can run this B1. So you can see this way, if I do and run, I am getting C bind because it has put them as columns. And now if I want to use as row wise, I just need to change and run. I have got it in row wise. So thank you for watching this video.